Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Family Sedan channel, and I think this is a pretty damn cool story. Look at this headline from the Crypto Basic. U.S. Senator invites pro-XRP attorney to testify to first crypto policy for Maine state. This is pretty incredible. John Deaton's done some amazing things. You know, a regular XRP community member at the end of 2022 who just got absolutely infuriated, absolutely pissed off, ended up writing a writ of mandamus. Ultimately, ended up jumping in the SEC v. Ripple case, representing over 76,000 XRP holders, and seen multiple times on national television. And now you see Attorney John Deaton being personally invited by a sitting United States senator to testify on crypto topics. I just think it's a cool story. So I'm going to share with you the specifics on this, and then also give you a heads up that it looks like some more cryptocurrency exchanges in the United States having some hard times on the legal front. But yeah, and I'm not talking about Coinbase, by the way. I'm sure most of you are aware of Coinbase. Yeah, the SEC is going to sue Coinbase. Now, technically, yeah, it was just a Wells notice they received, but just a Wells notice? No. A Wells notice indicated that the SEC's intent to sue. All that has to happen for that to occur is for there to be a vote with the commissioners. They have to vote yes. And you know they have the votes. With Gensler in charge, absolutely they have the votes. That's a formality. The Coinbase is getting sued, son. And it's not just them. But before going further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a legal or financial background of any kind. I'm not offering legal or financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so into this first story we go. XRP community says Attorney Deaton is most suited to testify at the hearing. And by the way, another thing that I thought was cool, I just want to mention here before we dig in, is that the reason that this senator ended up inviting Attorney John Deaton is specifically because of XRP community members on Twitter, on social media. I just think it's cool as hell. What an age we live in. Anyway, Senator Eric Brakey has invited pro-XRP attorney John Deaton to testify to a bill that will authorize Maine state financial institutions to accept cryptocurrency deposits. In a tweet today, Senator Brakey said he would present a bill, LD 990, to the Maine State Financial Service Committee. According to Senator Brakey, the bill is modeled on Wyoming laws and advanced by two digital pioneers, Custodia Bank founder Caitlin Long and Tyler Lindholm, the state director for AFP Wyoming. And by the way, Caitlin Long, that name should sound familiar at this point, along with Custodia Bank. Because, well, for a number of reasons, she's been in headlines, especially lately. Caitlin Long warned the SEC about what was going on with Sam Bankman-Fried, that little butt nugget with a fro, and a cucumber-loving son of a bitch. That man loves him some cucumbers, all in and around his mouth region. She warned the SEC about what that little asshat was doing, and they took no action, of course. Then everything falls apart. Crypto bad, of course. We all know the whole story on that. And also more recently with the bank collapses, well, we've been talking a lot, about crypto in general, crypto communities in general, talking about the fractional reserve banking system that was, well, it's commonplace throughout the modern world, including in the United States. But without that system, you wouldn't have this collapse, because if you just had every damn dollar actually available for withdrawal upon request, you wouldn't have this house of cards financial system where if everybody wants to withdraw their money, they can't. And then if you have a run on the bank, then everything just falls apart. And so Caitlin Long of Custodia Bank, she just wanted to have a bank where everything's backed completely, and the Fed turned her down. So I already covered all the specifics on that, but that's who they're talking about here. Anyway, piece continues. Senator Brakey added that the event would be held tomorrow, so that'd be Tuesday, at 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, and is open to the public via Zoom. Quote, this will be the first ever public hearing on cryptocurrency in the Maine legislation, said Senator Brakey. And so here, I'll just pull up the official thread. And I don't feel the need to read the whole thing, just a small part that's on your screen right here. Senator Brakey wrote the following. The bill is modeled after law in Wyoming advanced by digital pioneers Tyler Lindholm and Caitlin Long. LD 990 would authorize private financial institutions in Maine to accept deposits of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin with 100% reserve requirements. Now, folks, that would be cool as hell. I would love to see that adopted on a national level, though not that I'm in the United States. I don't want the federal government to actually decree that. I think that these decisions, I prefer them to be made state by state, but I would love to see every state at least talk about this, and hopefully it becomes the norm and every state would pass something like this. I just don't like the federal government cramming anything down, really. Anything not expressly, intended, by the founding fathers, or, expressly written in the Constitution. If there weren't special powers provided, then my firm belief on that topic is that it should just be left to the states. And so anyway, this is a state issue here. That's cool. And then anyway, Senator Brakey says, I am still working to line up experts to present testimony and take questions from the committee. To all my Bitcoin and blockchain followers, is there anyone you think I should be inviting to speak to the committee? If so, tag them with a reply. And this is what happened, by the way. A number of XRP community members actually responded to this, but this is the one that got the attention of the senator. There's somebody who goes by the name Zero Latency Manifestation, member of the XRP community, wrote to Senator Brakey here and said, yes, please invite attorney John Deaton of Crypto Law, who is representing over 77,000 plus XRP holders in Maine and worldwide as amicus curiae in the SEC v. Ripple case. XRP holders would appreciate the time to share our story. Thanks. And then he also tagged attorney Jeremy Hogan. Now, this is where the senator responded and wrote, thank you for the recommendation. And then the senator tagged John Deaton and wrote, John Deaton, would you be able to testify this Tuesday morning to the first proposed cryptocurrency policy for Maine, LD 990, Special Purpose Depository Institutions for Digital Assets? Now, at the time I'm recording this, it is 3:58 a.m. That tweet was last night at 9:31 p.m. So again, 9:31 p.m. that was tweeted. It's now 3:58 a.m. Central Standard Time, so that's my time zone. Both of those times are my time zone. And Attorney John Deaton to this point hasn't responded, but I'm guessing that he hasn't seen this yet, but I'm sure that he's going to. So I don't know what his answer will going to be. So this is where this particular story ends for now, but I'll be happy to update you once Attorney John Deaton responds, and undoubtedly he would, especially to a senator. He probably just hasn't seen it to this point, because again, it happened late last night, and he's on the East Coast, so 9:31 p.m. my time, that would have been 10:31 p.m. His time, and again, it's been a little over 6 hours since that was tweeted out, so this is a newer story that's kind of breaking here. But it would be really cool if he's got the time. I bet that he'd be willing to do this, because he jumps all over stuff. He's just got the fire in his belly. He's got the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if he does it if there's not something where he's already booked. And if so, it'll be interesting to see what's covered there. And then Attorney John Deaton also shared this. There's this tweet from Whale Chart on Twitter, who wrote, breaking, crypto exchange Crypto.com is under, so it's crypto.com, of course, is under investigation by U.S. and government agencies and may collapse or stop operating in the United States. Ah, man, things just keep getting worse and worse and worse. So again, like I cited at the outset of the video, yeah, there's the issue with Coinbase, and the SEC is suing them. It's a 99.9999999 repeating percent chance that they're going to get their asses sued. And they should not have delisted XRP, but that's a different story. A little bitter about that, but it's okay. But anyway, Attorney John Deaton retweeted that, and he said, if you believe Coinbase was the only exchange to receive a Wells notice, you are likely mistaken. Ain't that the damn truth? There's been a lot of bad news regarding exchanges lately. And in fact, you may have heard of this. This story is actually a couple days old. I actually haven't had an opportunity to mention this on my channel yet. Although on Twitter, I actually tweeted about this probably about an hour after the news broke. And I actually got the scoop not from crypto media or from social media. I got it from an email. But Bittrex in the United States shutting down because of the damn government. And so I got an email. And so these days, when I get an email from any exchange, I open all of them. I didn't used to do that. But with the the state of things now, because they're mostly spam and user so and so, blah blah blah. But now I just open them all because I want to see if there's, horrendous news. And in this case, yeah, there was horrendous news. Bittrex is leaving. It's a shame. I've been using them. Well, I haven't used them in over half a decade, so I kind of should have worded that differently. But I signed up to use them, and I did use them in late 2017 and early 2018. No complaints whatsoever. I was actually really happy. The layout was fine of their exchange. I just happen to not have used them since. There are a lot of different cryptocurrency exchanges, and then we all kind of just end up living mostly on one or two exchanges. And then you go to some, less commonly used ones if there's a particular coin that might only be available there or something like that. But no, I thought they were good. And they were also an on-demand liquidity partner with Ripple, by the way. Bittrex was. I don't know what the current status of their relationship is, given what's happened with the SEC and everything, and the shutdown of on-demand liquidity in all corridors touching the United States. But that was a thing. Well, Bittrex is shutting down in the United States. Here's the headline from the Daily Hodl. Crypto exchange Bittrex in the process of winding down U.S. operations amid regulatory and economic uncertainty. Seattle-based crypto exchange Bittrex will soon stop serving U.S. customers as federal regulators clamp down on the digital asset industry. Bittrex co-founder Richie Lai says the company has made the decision to shut its doors in the U.S. as the crypto exchange believes it is no longer feasible to continue operating in the country given the current regulatory conditions. Quote, "Today is a bittersweet day. This month we turned 9 years old. And while I am excited and proud that we've come this far, I am also very sad. Today, Bittrex is beginning the process of winding down its U.S. operations," end quote. Lai highlights that the lack of regulatory framework in the country has made it difficult for the crypto exchange to remain competitive. He said, quote, "When the three of us built Bittrex, it was about technology. 9 years later, the crypto ecosystem is very different. Regulatory requirements are often unclear and enforced without appropriate discussion or input, resulting in an uneven competitive landscape," end quote. So it's just another unfortunate end. So, we'll see what happens with Crypto.com. Here, Bittrex is leaving the United States. They're shutting down here. Who knows what the hell's going to happen with Coinbase? What an S-word show, man. Yay, United States. It's just, from a regulatory perspective, what a freaking joke. Talk about just squandering an incredible opportunity. From an economic perspective for the United States, it's just being absolutely squandered by this administration. Not that the previous one was doing much better, but this one's doing much worse, that's for sure. There's a coordinated active effort against crypto. Holy freaking hell. I would not have guessed this half a decade ago. If you'd asked me, would there be more or less regulatory clarity? If you asked me that in 2017, say, a little over 5 years from now, would there be more or less regulatory clarity? I would have said more clarity. That would have been the guess that I would have put out there into the world. And I would have been wrong. Son of a bitch. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Family Sedan.